Hello parents and students, my name is Jaden Webb and I am a former dual credit and AP student at Braswell class of 2020. I'm going to talk to you today about AP and dual credit biology. First and foremost, I am the biggest advocate for taking AP and dual credit classes in high school. I took all dual credit, I forced my brother to take all dual credit, and all the classes that I didn't take dual credit, I just substituted with the AP version. It's definitely worth it. I'm now a student at LSU, Go Tigers, national champs. And while I'm a first year student, I will be going in with the credits of a second semester sophomore. How is that possible, you may ask? It's because I took every available dual credit class at Braswell. And I also took 3 AP tests and got a passing score for those, so I also got college credit for those classes. So basically what I'm going to tell you about today is the difference between dual credit biology, AP biology, what's the perks, yeah. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to be talking to you today about is AP. AP is so important. So what it is you basically take a biology class, except for you learn at a faster pace. This is very important because you're gonna want to pay attention in this class because everything you learn will be on the AP test at the end of the year. So you may be asking, what is an AP test? Like, what do I have to do? An AP test, also known as the Advanced Placement Test, is a comprehensive exam taken at the end of each year, typically in May, and it could give you possible college credit for the class. So typically you have to have either 3 or 4 to get college credit for the class. So for me at LSU, getting a 3 on the AP biology exam would get me the college credit for Intro to Biology 1. Whereas if I got a 4 on the AP test, I would get college credit for Intro to Biology 1 and Intro to Biology 2. The whole goal of taking AP biology is to take the AP test. And I cannot stress this enough that if you are going to enroll in an AP class at any point of time in high school, you're doing it so that you can take the AP test and potentially get college credit. What the AP test does is it just shows mastery of the content. So with the pros and cons of the AP test, some of the pros are that it is cheaper than dual credit classes. The AP test typically is about $100. This year was a little less, it may be a little more, a little less next year depending. And then those on free or reduced lunch, you get that at half the price. Another pro is that it doesn't affect your college GPA if you do bad on the AP test, because you're only getting credit for high school. The AP test just determines if you're ready to get college credit. It doesn't guarantee it. It doesn't say, oh, this is going to affect you if you do bad. So that is one of the cons of taking an AP class, that you are not guaranteed college credit for the class. That is entirely up to how you do on the test. So whether or not you get that passing 3, 4, or 5 on the test, that will determine whether or not you get college credit. Also, you only have one shot to get the credit for this class. So if you are not a good test taker, you're going to want to work twice as hard, because the AP test is the only shot you'll have in that class at getting college credit. So the next thing I'm going to talk to y'all about is dual credit biology. Dual credit biology is offered through Texas Women's University, and I have to say that it has been the most worthwhile class that I've taken at Braswell. So what dual credit means is that you will be receiving both high school and college credit for the class. So the difference between dual credit and AP biology is that in dual credit, you don't take this huge test at the end of the year that you've been working all the way for. You just take a final, like a normal class. Whereas the AP test, you have strict things that you have to go over in order to be prepared to take that AP test. So something that I experienced was that I often had to learn extra things for dual credit biology just because it is a college class, and there are some things that you're going to learn in college that you won't learn in a high school biology class, and that's very important to know. So something to think about before you decide if you're going to take a dual credit class is it worth it for me? So in my case, I went to an out-of-state school and so many people told me, oh, it's not going to transfer, it's going to be pointless. They're wrong. You need to look at your school's transfer tables. So for us, it's the Tiger transfer tables. And you can just look and see, oh, this Texas Women's University credit comes to this. Because a lot of times people will tell you that dual credit only works in state. That's not true. It depends on schools. Most schools will take credit from an accredited institution. So another thing that comes with being a dual credit biology student is that you're also a student at Texas Women's University. So when you're applying to take dual credit, you will have to submit an application to TWU to become a dual credit student. Because you are a TWU student, you are receiving college grades. So while Denton ISD may go off of a 4-quarter schedule and you'll get a report card with 4 different grades on it, for TWU you'll only get 2 grades, and that's a grade for the fall semester and a grade for the spring semester. So it is possible that you get 2 completely different grades. So one of the things that you may be thinking about before you take a dual credit class is, why is it so expensive? Well, actually, compared to what you would normally pay as if you were a freshman taking biology at TWU, it's about a third of the price for the class. Typically, it's going to be about $150 to $350 per class. It just depends on how many credit hours you get for that class. So for biology, the actual class is 3 credit hours, but there is a lab that goes with it. So you're getting 4 credit hours in total for the semester. With the pros and cons of a dual credit class, the pro is that you are guaranteed college credit with this class. You're paying for it, you're going to get it. Another thing is that you can start your college GPA in high school. So for me, I went into college with a 3.4 GPA. And that's just from me getting A's, B's. I got an A in biology. Just saying, hard work pays off. And so the cons. The problem is that it can bring down your college GPA if you fail. So while in an AP class, if you fail, it's okay, I guess. But it doesn't affect your college GPA. But for dual credit, because you're enrolled in both courses, what you get is what you're going to get on your college transcript. There's no changing it. It's going on your record for good. And then another con is that it is more expensive than the AP test, which is about $100 versus the $200 and whatever you may be paying. But like me, I did a payment plan, which was very helpful since I was working to pay off for my dual credit. Things to consider as a parting note. I don't want to scare anyone, but I want to be completely honest. AP biology is the hardest science class that you can take at Braswell. While statistically the AP test is not the hardest one to pass, it is the most content in a course, and it's very rigorous. You're gonna want to pay attention. You're gonna want to read the book, study. I'm gonna say it again, read the book. I got told that 20 times this year, never did it until the last part of the semester, and let's just say I should have been doing it the whole time. Another thing I want to say is do not procrastinate, especially if you're taking dual credit, because I am the queen of procrastination. And I just want to say that college deadlines, they may not be fun, but they are final. That is something that you will learn by taking a dual credit class, is that you need to get your work in on time. And the last thing I want to say to y'all before I go is that AP and dual credit biology was probably my favorite class that I took. I'm not gonna lie, I had a great professor, funniest person on earth, made learning great. That's one of the things about the teachers at Braswell for dual credit. They don't want to see you fail. They want to have you ready, prepared to go to college. They want to make sure that you're functioning before you get there. And it was just a really great experience this year. So those are my thoughts and opinions about AP and dual credit biology. I really hoped you learned something. I hope you decide to take it. Definitely worth your time, but bye.